Good morning children, welcome to MBM classes. Today let us continue our mensuration part 2. Today we are going to deal with 3D shapes which involve cube, cuboid and cylinder. Now let us see how to derive the formula for surface area of cube, cuboid and cylinder. The surface area of a solid is the sum of all the faces of the solid. Suppose if you are going to consider this cube is having 6 faces. This is the bottom face, these two are side faces and these two are front face and this is the top face. So first you calculate the area of one face. Since in cube all the faces are equal, you can calculate the area of one face and multiply it by 6. Each face is of the square shape, so the area of one square is equal to a square. So how many a squares you are having? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you say the total surface area of a cube is equal to 6a square. Since area of one face is equal to a square, as it is given in the shape of a square, area of one face is a square. So how many a square you are having? You are having 6a square. So the total surface area of a cube is equal to 6a square. If it is simply mentioned in the question surface area, it means only total surface area. Now coming to the lateral surface area. Lateral surface area means excluding the top and the bottom, the remaining 4 areas, that is the two side faces and the two front faces, you call it as the lateral surface area. Lateral surface area means we will not include the bottom and the top. Remaining 4 faces, you call it as the lateral surface area. Lateral surface area of a cube, you can call it as area of 4 walls also. If it is in the form of a cube, the room is in the form of a cube, you can say area of 4 walls. We will not include bottom, we will not include top. So how many faces are there? 2 front faces and 2 side faces. So 4 faces in total you are having. 1, 2, 3, 4. So the lateral surface area of a cube is equal to 4a square. Next, coming to the volume. Volume of cube is equal to base area multiplied by height. Volume is nothing but the space occupied by a cube. So what is the space occupied by a cube? That is the base area and the height of the cube. Base area is a square and the height of the cube is a. So it will be a square multiplied by a will be equal to a cube. So finally let us see the total surface area of a cube is equal to 6a square. The lateral surface area of the cube is equal to 4a square and the volume of the cube is equal to a cube. Similarly, coming to the cuboid, is also having 6 faces, but here you are able to observe each face is in the form of a rectangle. So the area you have to apply the formula of area of rectangle. Area of rectangle is equal to length into breadth. Coming over here, this is the base. The base here, this is the length and this is the breadth. So you can imagine your room in your house where you call the floor as the base. So the floor is of a rectangular shape. So the area will be equal to length into breadth. Coming to the top face, that is the roof of your room, which is also equal to length into breadth. So you are having base as length into breadth, and the roof, that is the top of the room, is also equal to length into breadth. So 2 times length into breadth you are having. Coming to the side face, side walls of your room, which is nothing but breadth and the height of the room. So the area will be equal to breadth into height, and here also the opposite wall of your side wall will also be equal to breadth into height. So 2 times breadth into height. Coming to the front face, it will be length into height. Here also it is length into height. So on the whole you are having 2 times length into breadth, that is your floor and the top roof of your room. So always whenever cuboid is given, you imagine the room wherever you are sitting. You can very easily understand the formula. The floor and the roof of your room are having the formula of L into B, length into breadth. So 2 times length into breadth. So when base and top are removed, you are having the 4 walls of your room. So the 4 walls of your room are having the formula as the area will be length into height. Here also it is length into height, that is the front face. If you are going to see the side face, it will be breadth. Since this length is breadth, so it is breadth into height. Here also it is breadth into height. So coming to the total surface area of the cuboid. So total surface area of cuboid is equal to, let us add all the faces. First is base, next one will add top. So LB plus LB, underline it. Next, coming to the front face, it is L into H plus L into H. Next, coming to the side face, it is B into H plus B into H. So by adding all this, we are able to see we are having 2 times LB plus 2 times LH plus 2 times BH. Taking 2 as the common factor, I get LB plus BH plus LH. So this is how you derive the formula. So you should not by heart the formula, you should know how to derive the formula for both cube and cuboid directly from the given cube and cuboid. You can imagine your room and derive the formula very easily. Coming to the lateral surface area or curved surface area. So as I already said in cube, when we exclude the base and the top, that is the floor and the roof, all the 4 walls of the room, you call it as the lateral surface area. So first you add the side faces, that is breadth into height plus breadth into height, and the front faces L into height plus L into height. This is nothing but 2 times BH plus 2 times LH. So taking 2 and H is common, so 2H into L plus B. So this is your lateral surface area. Coming to volume, volume is nothing but base area multiplied by height, which is nothing but, what is the base area? Base area is nothing but the floor of the room, which is nothing but LB, and H is nothing but the height of the room, which is nothing but H. So the volume of the cuboid is equal to L into B into H. So let us recap. The total surface area of the cuboid is the area of all the 6 faces. First add the bottom and the top face, next 2 side faces, next 2 front faces. So finally we get 2 into LB plus BH plus LH. Coming to the lateral surface area or curved surface area, we will exclude the base and the top. So we get the 4 walls of the room, that is nothing but the 2 side faces and the 2 front faces. 2 side faces gives me breadth into height plus breadth into height, and 2 front faces gives me L into H plus L into H. On adding and taking out the common factor, I get 2H into L plus B. Coming to volume, volume is nothing but the base area into height. Base area is the area of the floor, which is length into breadth, and the height is nothing but the height of the room, it is h. So it is LBH. Hope you understood how you rewrite the formula surface areas of cube and cuboid. There are so many real life examples for cuboid. So this box you can imagine as a cuboid. This is a cuboid. Since each face is of a rectangular face, so you can see this is the top face and this is the bottom face. And these two are side faces and these two are front faces. Each face is of the rectangular shape. So the top and the bottom are of equal face, equal area. So this is length into breadth and the bottom is also length into breadth. These two side faces you can see, this is nothing but the breadth. This is the breadth. So this is the height of the cuboid. So this area of the side face will become breadth into height. Similarly, considering this is the breadth and this is the height of the cuboid. So this is nothing but this area is also breadth into height. So both the side faces are having breadth into height. Similarly, coming to the top and the front faces, this is the length and this is the height of the cuboid. So this area is nothing but breadth, length into height, and here also this front face is also having length and the height of the cuboid. So this area is nothing but length into height. So totally by adding all the areas of the cuboid, you are going to get the total surface area. So as I said earlier, curved surface or lateral surface is nothing but this top area and this bottom area. When I am going to exclude, I am going to get only the remaining four side faces, and front faces. 2 side faces and 2 front faces. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So you are having 4 faces, remaining faces whose area has come to be 2h into L plus B. You remind the top and the bottom. And volume, as I said earlier, this is a space occupied by this cuboid. So whatever you are going to put inside this cuboid is nothing but you are going to fill it in this base area till the height of the cuboid. So the volume is nothing but base area into height. When you fill something inside this cuboid, open this and fill in this cuboid, you will be filling in this base area and the total height will be this height of this cuboid. So the formula will be base area into height. So volume is nothing but base area multiplied by height. Now let us see cylinder. This is a cylinder having 2 circular faces and 1 curved face over here. So the total area will be area of 2 circular faces and area of 1 curved face. So you know how to find the area of circle. Area of circle is pi r square, and at the bottom also you are having circular face. So this area is also equal to pi r square. Now how to find the area of this curved face? So for finding this, I am going to cut it in the middle so that when on opening, this curved face is going to become a rectangle. While cutting this curved face in the center, after opening, you are getting a rectangle. In this rectangle, the length of this rectangle, because the circular face is open, so the length of the rectangle will become 2 pi r, and the breadth of this rectangle is nothing but the height of the cylinder. So my curved surface area will become 2 pi r h. Now for deriving the total surface area, I said total surface area is nothing but adding all the faces. So pi r square. So this is 2 pi r h plus 2 pi r h plus again one more pi r square. So my formula will be 2 pi r h plus 2 pi r square. Now I can take common factor outside as 2 pi r. So the formula will be 2 pi r into r plus h. So again coming to volume. Volume is nothing but base area into height. So what is the base area of this cylinder? It is pi r square into height of the cylinder h. So therefore this is equal to pi r square h. And always you should remember area will be having the unit as square units, and volume will have the unit as cubic units. So this is a good example of a cylinder where you can see the top and the bottom faces are of circular ends. They are of same radius, circular ends, and this is the curved face of the cylinder. So when you want to find this curved surface area of the cylinder, you just cut it and open it in the form of a rectangle. So while you are cutting along its length. Since it is cut along its length, the curved length of the rectangle will be 2 pi r and the breadth of the rectangle will be the height. So curved surface area is equal to 2 pi rh, and total area is curved surface circular ends plus curved surface plus circular ends. So the total final formula will be 2 pi r into r plus h. As I said earlier, volume is nothing but something you are going to fill inside this cylinder. So you will be filling on this base area. Base area is a circular shape. It is pi r square and it will be filled till the height of the cylinder. So the volume will be equal to pi r square h. Also you should know the difference between the volume and the capacity. There is not such a major difference. Volume means something that occupies space. Suppose if you are going to take this cylinder, what do you mean by volume? Volume is nothing but that the space occupied by this cylinder. If you are going to consider the capacity, capacity is nothing but the cylinder that can hold, quantity that this cylinder can hold. So capacity is always given in liters or milliliters, and volume is given in centimeter cube or meter cube. The formula for area of cylinder can also be well understood by using this rectangular sheet of paper. So this is the rectangular sheet of paper where this is the length of the rectangle and this denotes the breadth of the rectangle. Now when you are going to fold this rectangular sheet of paper like this, it is going to form a cylinder. When you are going to fold this and paste it over here, it is going to form a cylinder. So while folding it, you are able to observe this length portion and you are going to fold. While folding, the length becomes the circumference of the circle. So you are able to clearly observe when you are going to fold this rectangle along the length becomes the circumference of the circle. So clearly you are able to observe this is a circular face. Length when folded becomes the circle. This is nothing but the circumference of the circle, and the breadth when folded becomes the height of the cylinder. So the curved surface, this is the curved surface area of the rectangle. This is the area of rectangle. From this we are going to derive the curved surface area of the cylinder. So area of the rectangle, you know, it is length into breadth. So when you folded, you got the length as 2 pi r and the breadth as height of the cylinder. So the total curved surface area of the cylinder came out to be 2 pi r multiplied by this h. So it came out to be 2 pi r h. So if you are going to understand this concept, questions based on this, when a rectangle is folded along its length or breadth, you can very easily answer these questions. Sometimes they may say the rectangle is folded along its breadth. In that case, the breadth becomes the 2 pi r and the length becomes the height of the cylinder. So you should read the question carefully whether the rectangle is folded along its length or rectangle is folded along its breadth. The side whichever is folded, that becomes 2 pi r. This concept you should remember. If I am folding along length becomes the circumference. Length will be equal to the circumference of the circle. And if I am going to fold along the breadth becomes the circumference of the breadth becomes equal to the circumference of the circle. So you have to read the question carefully on which side it is folded. So questions based on this can be asked in the exam. Now let us see some based on some 3D figures. First question, find the surface area of a cube whose side is 6 centimeter. So you know the formula for surface area of cube. Surface area of cube is equal to 6a square, where a stands for the side of the cube. So side of the cube is 6 centimeter. So it is 6 into 6 into 6. So 36 into 6, which is equal to 6 6 are 36. It is 216 centimeter. Don't forget to write the unit. It is square centimeter. Next question. Cuboid whose dimensions are 10 into 6 into 4. So when it is given in multiplication, first stands for length, second breadth, and third one height respectively. So surface area of cuboid is equal to 2 into LB plus BH plus LH square units. So which is equal to 2 into, what is length? Length is 10. So 10 into 6 plus 6 into 4 plus 4 into 10. So this is equal to 2 into 60 plus 24 plus 40. So it is 2 into 124, which is equal to 248 square unit, square centimeter. So this is how you find the area of cube and cuboid when the dimensions are given in the question. So if any one thing is, sometimes side of surface area of the cube will be given and you will be asked to find the side of the cube. Just you have to transpose the values and find. So always one unknown will be there in the question. Other things will be given in the question. You should be able to find using these formulae. Moving on to most interesting question. Daniel is painting the walls and ceiling. So first you should underline what he is going to paint. He is going to paint the walls and ceiling of a cuboidal hall with length, breadth and height as 15 meter, 10 meter and 7 meter respectively. This is the first part of the question. Second part of the question, from each can of paint, 100 meter square of area is painted. Each can is having, one can paint 100 meter square. You should find how many cans are needed to paint the entire room. This is the second part of the question. So for finding the number of cans needed, first we should know the area of the place where he is going to paint. He is going to paint only the walls and the ceiling of the room. So we have to find the area of 4 walls and the ceiling. As you know, area of, first always write what is given. Length is equal to 15 meter, breadth is equal to 10 meter and height is equal to 7 meter. Now you write area to be painted is equal to area of 4 walls plus ceiling. You know the formula for area of 4 walls. It is 2h into L plus B, and also area of ceiling, you know, it is nothing but length into breadth. So 2 into height is 7 and length is 15 plus 10 plus length into breadth 15 into 10. So this is equal to 14 into 25 plus 150. This is equal to 350 plus 150 equal to 500 meters square. Now number of cans needed to paint 100 meters square is equal to 1. You have to see this second part of the question. One can, he can paint 100 meters square of area. So number of cans needed to paint 100 meters square is equal to 1. Therefore number of cans needed to paint 500 meters square is equal to 500 into 1 upon 100, which is equal to 5 cans. This is the unitary method sums. So easily you can do it. First, always in the question in mensurations, you should understand all are of equal, units are same. If the units are not same, first you have to convert accordingly. Second thing, you have to observe which area is painted. Either the whole room is painted or only the particular portion is painted. Accordingly, you have to find the area. We should not always use total surface area, curved surface area. You have to understand the question which area is painted. Here the whole room is not painted because we generally don't paint the floor. So only the area of 4 walls and ceiling is painted. We can also do by one more method. We can find the total surface area and subtract the area of floor, that is minus LB you can do. This is also right. Otherwise you can also do 2 into LB plus BH plus LH minus LB. This is also right. In both the cases the answer will be same. Moving on to next question. A small indoor greenhouse is made up of entirely of glass planes including base. Base is also made up of glass held together with a tape. This is joined with tape, which is 30 centimeter long, 25 centimeter breadth, wide and 25 centimeter height. So first you have to find the area of glass. Here glass is made up of the whole greenhouse is made up of glass, so it is nothing but the total surface area of the glass. Since length, breadth and height is given, it is nothing but in the shape of cuboid. So the area of glass is nothing but 2H. Area of glass is equal to 2 into LB plus BH plus LH, which is equal to 2 into. So first you write what is length. Length is 30 meter, breadth is 25 centimeter and height is 25 centimeter. Here you are able to observe breadth is in centimeter and height is in centimeter, but length is in meter. So we will convert length as 30 into 100, which is equal to 3000 centimeter. Sorry, length is also given in centimeter only, so we need not convert. Suppose if it is not given in centimeter, it's our duty to convert of equal units. All the three, length, breadth and height should be of equal unit. Now let us multiply length 30 into 25 plus breadth into 25 into 25 plus length into height 30 into 25. So this is equal to 2 into 750 plus 625 plus 750. This is equal to 1500 plus 625, which is equal to 4250 centimeter square. Now coming to the second part, how much tape is needed for all 12 edges? So suppose if this is a small indoor glass pane which is in the shape of a cuboid, he wants to put the tape in all the edges. So first you should understand how many edges are there. There are 4 lengths. So this is one. At the top you are having 2 lengths. This is one edge. This is the second edge, 2. At the bottom again 3, 4. So you are having number of edges is equal to 4 into length. 4 length you are having, and coming to the breadth you are having 1, 2, again it is 3, 4. So 4 breadth plus coming to the height again 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 height you are having. So taking out common, 4 as common, you are having L plus B plus H, which is nothing but 4 into what is your length, 30 centimeter plus 25 plus 25. So this is equal to 4 into 80, which is equal to 320 meter. So the length of the tape needed is equal to 320 meter. Length of tape needed is equal to 320 meter. So this is how you should understand the question clearly and then do it.